So, why did you decide to start posting content?
Um, because I've always wanted to start social media ever since I was a kid, and I was like, it would just be a great opportunity to get my name out there and be able to help people because so many people nowadays are just lost. They have no sense of direction. You know, they don't know what their purpose is, and so my goal is to really show you, okay, this is how you can find your purpose. It's not super easy, but it's super doable as long as you just take action.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people are lost in today's world, which is very sad to see, but people just need a little bit of guidance. And once you get them started, I feel like people can kind of evolve and go down their own path too. So, yeah. How long have you been doing social media?
So I've been doing what I do for actually next week marks my 2 years.
Oh, heck yeah.
2 years of everything that I've created also marks my 20th birthday. I started everything the night I turned 18 years old, basically. So ever since then, I've just been growing, learning, and just expanding, everything. So about 2 years.
Awesome. Are you just on Instagram or are you posting elsewhere also?
Oh, I do TikTok, YouTube, um, uh, you know, Twitter, X, all that.
Awesome. Are you doing this full time then?
No, I
No.
mean that's the goal. I'd say it's about half and half. I have another normal job that I do. I work at a trampoline park, but both of them bounce off of each other. So I'm expecting within about 1 to 3 years I'll be able to do it full time. But
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just having fun with it. I'm not rushing the process. I'm in no rush to like I'm trying to get things done, but I'm in no rush to just do it full time. I'm enjoying the process.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get what you mean. Do you ever get annoyed of having a 9 to 5 though?
Well, not necessarily because it's not really a 9 to 5. I kind of pick and choose my own schedule.
Gotcha.
Plus it's a fun environment. I'm isolated myself in the house all day. I'm 19 years old. I have a house. I have all these bills to pay and everything. So to be able to, it's to an extent almost, it's people view it as like it's a work. It's 9 to 5. It's kind of a break for me sometimes.
Mm, gotcha.
Just being able to actually get social interaction, in real life and stuff. But I mean, I enjoy it. I just, like I said, I expect in about 1 to 3 years, I'll be able to just fully do this full time, kind of start traveling and going from there.
Awesome. That's awesome. So is your goal going forward to travel a bunch then or
Oh, no, yeah,
just
definitely.
work?
I want to do a bunch of in-person events. I want to travel the world, and just, really expand my content and be able to actually make an impact on people. There's so many things I want to do. The list goes on, but the main focus right now is just growing my social media and being able to impact people and spread the philosophy of create your existence.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. So what does your content calendar look like right now? Like how often are you posting?
So I post, I'd say one reel every 2 to 3 days, sometimes days back to back. It pretty much just depends on how much I have stocked up. I'll do like one recording session about a week and just make those, get those edited, and just schedule them. But yeah, reels wise, about one every 2 to 3 days. And then YouTube wise, I'm gonna start posting once a week on there, trying to grow and expand that.
So on YouTube, are you posting full lengths or are you posting short form?
Well, the short. So when I post one short, I just post that to all social medias.
Gotcha.
But regarding long form, I'm gonna start being a lot more consistent with that on YouTube.
And what's your plan with that? What are you going to post long form wise on YouTube?
So basically, my short form videos, I can only say but so much. A lot of that is just kind of attention grabbing and appealing to emotion. Whereas in my long form videos, I can do a full, hopefully coherent yap session, just not super high editing, just decently good quality and just, driving a message. So.
Gotcha. So are you going to try like okay, so short format for us, we've seen something work where or long format, excuse me, where people are posting short format videos, but they're over a minute, so they go up as videos.
Hmm.
So when you full screen them, they look like a short, and those have
Hmm.
been performing, even though they're a video. So then the CPMs are like 30x what a short would be, and those are starting to perform well, at least for us. And I've heard a couple other stories of that performing well. So are you going to go the standard route of what's the aspect ratio? What is
I
that?
think it's
16:9
yeah.
or yeah, are
Yeah,
you going to go short form?
I've seen multiple. I actually work with someone, and they've been doing all their stuff, like how you were just saying. I don't know if I would want to do that long form though. It just I don't know, for whatever reason, in my opinion, it just doesn't feel as organic and like original. Whereas if I'm posting the long ways, you can tell, okay, it's a long form video, there's going to be a lot of yapping. Whereas if it's just a reel, it's okay, it's getting straight to the point and it's done. So I think that would actually hurt my normal videos, but that's just my own prediction. I could always try it out and see how it goes, but I haven't seen a lot of people do that.
Gotcha. So are you going to design your own thumbnails and everything, or you got some?
I'm still brainstorming how I want to do the thumbnails because I do really want to grow the YouTube. I'm just kind of figuring out how I want to do everything. Do I want to keep the thumbnail super basic, straight to the point? I can easily make them, or I don't want to make them specific, a specific way and have that, that I'm still kind of brainstorming and thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah, for what you're posting, I've seen both done. I've seen more
Exactly.
complex thumbnails, but I've also seen super basic ones, and both of them perform well, just depending on the video, I guess. So,
Well, and the thing as well is like with my YouTube videos, they're not going to be superly overly edited. So I feel as if that should translate with the thumbnail because if somebody's going to click on your video because of a super edited thumbnail, they're probably going to expect the video to also be superly edited. Whereas if it's just, a normal thumbnail that says a lot, or it says like 2 words can say, or 1 word can say way more than like 50 words. So kind of conveying the emotional message or just having good color grading on it can probably get more clicks than just a super overly edited one.
yeah, that does make sense. I like that philosophy on that. Yeah. So, are you posting the actual community posts? Are you posting those on YouTube as well?
I did a little bit, but I'm not once on my personal YouTube account have I ever seen a community like you're talking about the YouTube community, right? That little
Yeah.
tab. I've
Hmm.
never seen that pop up at all on my personal YouTube account. So I don't even know how that works. But I work with people who do use it and it's super active. Like they get tons of feedback off of it. But I probably I'm thinking about it, but once again, that's all just testing things out. If I try it and it goes well, then yeah, I'll use it. But if not, then I'm just not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, 'cause see, our philosophy on it was uh, YouTube has all these different features that they offer. Like they have videos, they have shorts, they have live, and they have post. And we use all of them just so we're showing the platform that we're using all of the features that it has available. And it seems to work pretty well for us. I mean, I know so right now, currently, our shorts have like 68 million views in the last 28 days. And then our community posts only has about 3 million impressions in the last 28 days, which isn't a ton comparatively to that 68 million, but it's still 3
Yeah,
million
that's a
more
lot though.
views. Yeah, exactly. It adds up. And I mean, over 12 months, that's it's nearly 40 million. It's a lot.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that was just our philosophy on it.
I think I definitely will try out the community tab. It's just more so of just once I have a good cadence for the actual videos themselves, then okay, cool. Then I'll start engaging the community. Like, was it someone did a poll and it in the community? It had no correlation to their actual YouTube account, and it got so much. I forgot the exact number, but it had so many interactions on it. Had nothing to do with their account. And it was
Yeah.
like the most basic question, like it's like from Facebook, like, do you prefer chicken or pasta? Like it was the most random food question, and it just got tons of views and interactions.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. I kind of play around with who our audience is, and then I kind of take basic questions and maybe aim it towards them a little bit, but it's still a broad question. And yeah, it works pretty well. So going forward, how well are you monetizing actually right now?
So the way that I'm monetizing, well, I made a decent amount of money from TikTok Live just by yapping away and just giving advice and stuff. But I got completely shadow banned off of TikTok, so I'm honestly
Mm.
done with TikTok. Like I'll still post the shorts, or the normal videos, but I don't care about TikTok anymore. And so at the moment, I have a one-on-one mentorship, and so that's what's bringing in a majority of my income from doing what I do. Then I'm also working on a community. And then really my next step is I want to get monetized on YouTube and then having fun with that. So yeah, that's pretty much those are like the main things. But like, there's a bunch of other small things as well. Like I have a clothing brand, and just tiny things here and there. But nothing. The massive thing is just my one-on-one mentorship.
So going forward, how are you looking to monetize more?
Um, I'm like I said, the YouTube is pretty much the main aspect of it, and then just using social media like for example, Instagram, Threads. Like my Threads is doing pretty good when I'm just not really like I'm not really doing much with the Threads. And it like the other day I posted a photo and it got like 10 times more engagement than normal things. And just using social media just to boost and promote other things I want to do. Like I said, my mentorship, that's an obvious one. A private community, that's an obvious one. Whenever I start doing a lot with my clothing, and then whatever else it is I decide to do. I've had a couple brands reach out to me and wanting to like collaborate and stuff, but none of them have just seemed like genuine enough. Like I would only work with someone if they have genuine, like if I could feel the passion, if I could, because I'm all about like legacy and authenticity and everything. I want to see that with a company. I want to see them have that clear structure and brand identity to where I would want to work with them. But if it just looks too cheesy or cheap, it's like, no, I don't want to engage with it.
Yeah, I get that. Oh yeah. So your clothing brand, is that like independent from what you're doing now? Your
Yeah.
Instagram?
So everything that I do is around the philosophy of create your existence, which I know it's kind of blurry, but you can see back here,
Mm.
the blue logo's right there. Basically, it's the philosophy that you can design the life that you want to do or that you want to live. You just have to actually take action. You have to understand your mind and understand why you think the way you think and figure out what you want, what your purpose is to begin with. And then from there, you'll take action and just progressing forward every single day. And so, that's basically the brand. And that's everything that I do is surrounded around that philosophy.
Gotcha. Cool. That's cool. So what kind of shirts and stuff do you make? Is it shirts?
I have, I have shirts, hoodies. I even have sandals. Like I said, I have, canvas painting, water bottles, just a bunch of basic, just merchandise.
Gotcha. So you have like an e-commerce store set up and everything for that?
Yeah, it's all through through a third party. I don't make any of the products. The website's up for me. Other people make. I don't make a lot of profit off of it because I don't make the products, but it's it's free money. It's free money, and
Right.
it spreads my message. It spreads my brand. It's nothing but a win. So I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, that's how our merchandise shop is too. It's all third party drop shipped
Uh-huh.
type stuff. Yeah, we design it and then it's yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. I get what you're saying. So do you run the website
Oh yeah, yeah, everything.
and how are you promoting that?
So with the clothing, that's really on the back burner for right now. Um, but it's just there. It'll make an occasional sale every now and then. Um, but like I said, the main focus right now, like I'm barely even promoting anything. My main focus is just growing social media. Is like I've seen so much growth, especially on Instagram. It's treating me so well right now, and so I'm just trying to ride the wave, see how far I can go, and just keep on growing and expanding that. Now I'm not like obsessed with followers or obsessed with this, but it's just the fact that I'm able to reach such a wide amount of people and help change their lives, and either in a large way or a small way. That's what I care about most, and that's what I feel as if a lot of people should really care about is, especially if you're in the self-improvement niche, your goal should be trying to help improve others, not just shove promotion down everybody's throat and just be a course guru. Like you should actually be trying to help people, and that's my main goal right now. So that's like the number one thing that's on my mind all the time is, okay, what can I do to reach a broader amount of people to help more people? How can I spread the philosophy of create your existence? If they want to invest in stuff that I do, cool, go for it. But that's not my main goal with what I do. It's to make a genuine impact and difference on people.
Yeah, I like what you said about if you're in the self-improvement realm, you want to help others improve, which I feel like is one of the biggest things with personal self-improvement is once you can help others, I feel like you can feed off of what you're helping them with, and it helps you too. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like the issue is 90% of all these self-improvement people, one, they say what everyone else says, which you can say I do the same thing, but I feel as if mine has more personality to it because I mean what I say. Like I'm not gonna say something if I one don't agree with it or if it sounds like corny. Like I'll just say stuff that I feel is genuine. And so like all these people, they're just saying it to get these views. They don't mean what they say. They're not actually trying to help people. Whereas when I want to help people. Like when I get a DM saying, dude, I appreciate what you're saying. It's helped me out through this. You've helped my mental health tremendously. I feel great because I know what I'm doing is working. And so if I can just continue to do that and, show the world I am just a random kid, but I have a legacy that I have to create and things that I want to do. And I want to help people.
Yeah, and I feel like you said you're just a random kid, but with that also, it's like you're starting now. And so as you progress through life, what you say and what you do is going to change slightly. And so
Hmm.
seeing like a journey is cool. I think people can attach themselves to a journey. And so being
Exactly.
just some kid, it's like that's great. When you start young, sometimes it's bad when people start social media young, but if you have the right mindset on it, I think it's great.
I
So
think if you are focusing on nothing but how many followers you have, how many likes, how many engagements, it can be
exactly.
really unhealthy unless you're just having fun with it. Like with me, I'm just having fun with it. I view it as like a video game, right? It's just I'm trying to, okay, well, if this video did good, what if I did something similar to that and just kind of going from there? But I'm not stressing, oh no, this video did terrible. Oh no, this. I'm just having fun with it. I'm having fun, and from me having fun, it's helping other people. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what like for us, we create comedy content. So, we're creating this comedy content. We've got messages like, "Hey, I was on the edge of
Uh-huh.
doing something horrible last night, and I watched one of your videos and it made me chuckle and I decided not to." And it's like, "Whoa, that's okay. We just told a joke and we just did
Yeah.
something pretty impactful." So, it's crazy and it's cool. And it's also it makes you feel good that you're making an impact just making some silly videos. Really, that's what we do. We just make silly videos. And so when you make an impact on somebody and you can cheer up someone and just make their day better, it's like, okay,
And
made
that's
made a
some
little impact today.
and that's something that I always say is like you never know how much just a small amount of positivity or a small amount of just like a little bit of uplifting, just being a kind person can go so far, could
Oh yeah.
completely alter somebody's life. Whereas if you weren't there in the picture, who knows what would have happened? So, if everybody was just a little bit nicer, just being kind, it could really go such a long way.
Yeah. And I think like people sometimes they'll do that over the internet, but then not do it in person. Like I think it's important to do that in person too. Like always get the door for somebody, always say good morning to people, just be a nice person. Like you said, you don't know how just that little thing is going to impact somebody, can change their whole mood of the day. They could be in the worst day, worst mood ever, and then you just say a little good morning just nicely said, and they're just like, you know what, it's not that bad of a morning. It is good.
Exactly.
And then their whole day is completely shifted how they're going to view that day. Yeah, it's powerful. Well, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. So what is it that you fully do?
So I, with my family, mostly my dad, I run a comedy page called The Guy, and we post on every platform you've heard of. We post everywhere, and we're both full timing it now. And we just
Nice.
make comedy content and just pump out an absurd amount of it. And now I'm taking the following that I've already built because I know a bit about how to grow on social media and I'm making a page that teaches people how to do the same. And I'm also using that to talk to people that are interesting and I can learn things from and other people can learn things from, like this interview here. And so I'm using my following to do that as well as helping other people grow.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds really fun. Um, Yeah, I would love to at some point start some sort of podcast or whatever, but I feel as if it would just be better instead of me just making one, if I would just always just go on someone else's. So yeah,
Yeah.
anytime anyone is always like, oh hey, you want to come hop on? I'm like, oh, 100%. I'm always down. I'll never say no just because I enjoy it. I love connecting and meeting with new people, especially because I'm so new to everything as well. As much knowledge, just like you said, gaining knowledge. As much knowledge as I can gain from everyone else, I
Yeah.
want to gain. I'm all for, if I say no to it, I'm doing myself a disservice because that's something a lot of people don't realize is the amount of free things that you can gain and learn from the internet is crazy. But because people they don't know how to choose what they consume, all they just consume is just what gives them a huge dopamine rush instead of focusing on, okay, well, if I want to be able to do this, if I want to be able to achieve this goal, why not watch this content of this person who does what I do, or I can gain knowledge from this person, or, so on and so on.
Yeah. Well, I always think it's like, well, the fastest way to get anything done is to learn from someone that's already doing it. It's like you can talk to all these different people, and that's what I've done. I've talked to I think a dozen plus people so far, and it's just like I've learned so many little snippets of information from all of them, and then I've implemented them into what I'm doing already. And it's like we see more and more improvement, and more and more improvement. And the more and more I do this, the more and more improvement. It's like just
Exactly.
you learn more and more, and that's all that really matters really is your knowledge, because you can start at zero, and if you have knowledge you can grow way faster than someone that's starting at zero that has nothing, no knowledge. So knowledge is the most important thing, I think, and so that's what I'm going to grow right now is just everything that I know. I want to be just a sponge of information.
And the amount of things that I've learned in the past 2 years are crazy because I live in Texas and I've been here since I was 4 years old. All my family lives on the other side, on like New York, Florida, and all that stuff, right? So me and my parents are the only people in Texas. And then almost 2 years ago, my dad got a new job up in Illinois. So I'm the only one in Texas now. And an 18-year-old kid just being thrown into adulthood, taking care of a house, paying all these bills. I have very loving parents. It's not anything bad, but it's like I had the option to go with them, but I chose to stay by myself. And so, that's been presented me with tons of challenges. Like my car got completely totaled, so I had to get a new car. Then I've been having issues with that. So the amount of things I've learned in these past 2 years, I've learned way more than I have probably 10 years of my life. Just when it comes to learning how to adult, how certain things function, how the world works, and the best ways to go about it. And, and understand how valuable connections really are whenever you can't just go to mom and dad. Hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Oh, sorry, dude, you're on your own. You got to figure it out. So I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that, I've been blessed with, because not very many people, can just easily just, live on their own and, just work 24/7. And so I'm very thankful and blessed for the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm similar where it's like I during COVID I live out in the middle of nowhere basically.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm with my parents and it's a great household and everything, but I'm here with them and that's it. We weren't doing this then during COVID years, but just the seclusion. And then once I kind of got a following and everything going on the guy page, and then I started doing this, I was like, whoa, I can learn a lot of stuff here. And honestly, I was listening to people like Andrew Tate and stuff, and he was talking about networking and things like that. And I'm like, I need to know people. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
need anyone super close necessarily right now, but I need to know people. I need to be able to, hey, I have this question. I need to have this
Yep,
conversation with somebody. And just
exactly.
having those people that you're friends with that are there that they can get information from you and you can get information from them. And it's just like that what is the word I'm looking for? That exchange of information is just so important. And if you have a bunch of people that you can kind of just piggyback off their information and they can piggyback off yours, it's so powerful. So
Well, and another thing as well, especially talking and getting on top of social media, all of it's a snowball effect, right? Once you get a little bit, you get more and it just keeps on growing. But literally, if I have like a specific question about cameras or editing, right, I'll just post on my story the question. And then before you know
yeah,
it, I'll get 10 to 20 people who are giving me their opinions and, their two thoughts. And it's just, wow. It's a free Google because Google and AI can't answer every question, right? So being able to just have a following on social media gives you even more of an advantage, because if you just have a simple question, boom, you'll have people there answering it. And so it's amazing. I love it.
yeah. And I once you get a following, it's like a hack for networking too, because when you have a following, then you do have something kind of to offer is attention. So you can talk to other people that are maybe you wouldn't have access to. Like I was just
Exactly.
having this conversation the other day with my girlfriend. I said, that's the thing about podcasting that's so powerful is how else do you get in connection with billionaires when you have $1 million in your bank account as a podcaster? Like if you are a podcaster that's big enough, you can go talk to a billionaire. How else are you going to talk to that billionaire unless you are offering him something? The thing that you are offering him is attention, and you can get that attention easier than you can grow to a $100 million company or $1 billion company where you would actually talk to that person. that way.
Yeah,
It's a hack.
especially within the past like month or 2 months, and people who I used to watch like on my For You page, especially on like TikTok and stuff, like I used to watch them and it was like, oh, that's so cool, like I like these people. In the past month they've reached out to me randomly and they're like, hey, I
Hmm.
like your content, I like what you're doing. I'm like, huh? Like
Hmm.
I just would have never expected that, just because it's like I watch you. I am just one of your consumers. Like and
Right.
then the fact that I like your content and you like mine is just crazy because it shows what I'm doing. Okay, it's actually working. Like, and it's like, wow, like and that just shows that anyone can do it because I'm not talented, right? I just work hard. That shows that anyone else can do it as well. And imagine if other people do have the talent. If other
Mhm.
people do have stuff that I don't have, that they can go even further than I'm already going right now, and I'm only getting started. So it's just crazy the fact that we live in a day and age where you can truly get in contact with everyone, and the amount of connections are endless, and the more you connect, the more you can connect.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought it was funny because we had a video of ours got liked by Usain Bolt, and we're like,
That's crazy.
we're like Usain Bolt. We're like, that's the fast guy. We're like, that's
Uh-huh.
strange. We're like, okay, well, he finds us funny apparently.
Yeah, it's
But
just it's crazy.
yeah, it is. It's crazy who you come in contact with, and you don't even think about it. Then you're like, whoa, okay, it's
And then you
cool.
start to realize that all these people, they're all just normal people. A
Hmm.
lot of people, they'll idolize people with a high following, but they're just like us. They're just like everyone. Like everyone's the same. It's just, people have different intentions.
Well, it's like content creators aren't different than other people. Like you said, it's just they chose that as their career. That's
Exactly.
it. It's just a different career choice. It's the same as seeing somebody that works at Walmart behind a cash register. It's just like that's what they are doing. Just like content creators, they chose social media. Firefighters chose firefighting. It's like just what they chose. And yeah, I think once you get some following and stuff, I think you can have it without a following. But I think you have a brain shift, or at least I did, where it's like these people are just people. And it's like they're no different. They wake up and they take a shit in the morning and they they're just people. It's
Mm.
like they just chose their life path differently than everyone else, and that's why they're idolized. And
Because
it's strange.
I know when I was younger, not like an unhealthy amount, but obviously, you see these people and you do idolize them just because of how much of an influence they have, right? And that's just a natural human response. But
Yeah.
then whenever like you talk to them, you're like, oh wow, they don't know everything. They still have questions. They're still figuring, like, you realize everyone is figuring life out because it's everybody's first time living. Nobody knows what they're
Right.
actually doing. So whenever that happens, it really puts into perspective. No one knows what's going on. They're just having fun, enjoying the ride. And the people who are having fun and are enjoying it are going to live a way more quality. They're going to live a way better life than people who are just focused on the number and statistics and all that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I have one more question for you, and that
Okay.
is we have you seen any of our videos before?
I think I looked at like one or two videos. I think I saw one where like you guys were on like a balcony or something, and I think it was your dad. He was saying something, but I'm
Yeah.
not 100%.
Yeah, we do a series where we call it our crazy ones, where it's essentially I walk out on the porch and I say, "Hey, what are you thinking?" And then he just says some nonsense and I say some nonsense
I think
back. And
that's what
it's
I
just
saw. I think that's what it
yeah.
was.
Yeah, those went super viral last year. And so we're doing now, we want to do it where we're working with creators and doing collab posts on those. And I was wondering if you're interested in doing one of those.
How, I mean, yeah, I would be down. How does yeah, so I saw the one where I think he was saying like, you guys are saying like dad jokes to each other.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's our banter style ones.
Yeah, no, so I don't know. I don't think I know which one you're referring to.
I'll send it over to you. I'll send you one over that we did with another creator and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and
So
that's the thing as well as like, dude, it's just like one video can just take off and just
yeah.
be massive, life changing.
Yeah, that's how our
Uh,
YouTube went. Our YouTube went with started with one video and now we're here. And since that one video took off, nothing has came back down to where it was before that video took off. It's just continued to go up and up and up and up and up. So
But yeah, like I said, yeah, send me a reference video, and then I'd be down.
awesome. Heck yeah. Well, do you have any more questions for me?
Not that I could think of off the top of my head.
All right. I enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, let's say if you ever, want to have another chat, just feel free to hit me up and let me know.
Oh yeah, I will do that. Awesome, man.
So, all right, well, you have a nice day, dude. And like I
You as
said,
well.
just feel free just to send me the video, then I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it over right after we get off this.
All right, sick dude. Take
All right,
care
man.
and peace.
Yep. Have a good one.